Superheroes are fictional characters that allow adults and children alike to live out their wildest fantasies through the colorful and exciting world of sequential art. They bring many smiles and give motivation to their readers. The typical superheroes, which we are accustomed to today, came to be during the 1930s and remained a constant emotional booster and a great giver of hope to people all over the world during troubling times filled with poverty, death, sickness, and dismay. With the Great Depression and World War II, superheroes became a formatted tactic of uplifting. Always the same, always with the heroes saving the day, defeating the enemy, filling people's imaginations with pictures of triumph from Captain America defeating Hydra to fighting in the depths of Vietnam. But in the wake of end of hardships, the popularity of superheroes had drastically declined. The world was trying to resettle after events like the Cold War, and people were becoming less and less interested in the typical overly joyous and flamboyant superheroes, and more cautious to the influence on superheroes on children. To save the comic world of superheroes, a new subgenre was born: Gothic horror in superheroes. The infamous Batman storyline, The Dark Knight Returns, written by Frank Miller, saved the superhero genre, with its new and refreshing dark twist on superheroes, creating the Gothic hero we know today. This comic book, written in 1986, was the cornerstone to the development of what would be known as the modern Golden Age, developing a decisive characterization of a Gothic vigilante. This is a true work of art, a fresh, gritty, cold, slightly depressing rendition of Batman, and open up the minds of those who believed that comics were only for children. The seriousness of this tale revitalized not only the character of Batman, brought it back to its darker roots, but also revitalized the comic book industry as a whole. This Gothic superhero subgenre inspired other writers to add darker twists to their stories by implementing mature topics and giving the all-good superheroes a dark side. For example, Tony Stark being a severe alcoholic, or the Hulk being a victim of child abuse, being the reason why he was always so angry. Things like this, which would not have been popular during the golden age of comics, attracted a more mature audience, and brought respect and legitimacy back to the comic book industry. And in doing so, they created an amazing subgenre that brought together two amazing genres and made them even better. Comic books and graphic novels soon became intended for older readers, through storylines like Batman and the Death of the Family, where the beloved character Robin dies,
I think you may have a collapsed lung. That always impedes the oratory. Now that was rude. The first boy blunder had some manners.
This brought back the attention of the mainstream media and older readers, and in doing so created a lot of awareness for the Gothic superhero genre. Through time, this genre has evolved, becoming more diverse and always evolving and reinventing itself. Nowadays, though comics themselves have become less popular, the popularity of their superheroes is on the rise. As our technology is advancing, there are more and more ways to add to darker realism to superheroes and settings. Films have become more emotionally developed and graphic, usually ending at least on some sort of high note. Superhero movies and TV shows are becoming very popular, and you could see clearly the evolution of past superheroes into Gothic vigilantes, which appears frequently in hero movies nowadays. A majority of movies in this past decade are a reflection of most comic books today. Not too childish, but not too dark. Something that can be enjoyed by a diverse age group. But in recent years, the Gothic superhero genre has become increasingly popular amongst everyone, and we've seen a huge uprising in Gothic superhero shows and movies. Gotham, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Arrow. These are incredibly successful Gothic superhero shows that present the genre incredibly well, and have forever changed the face of the superhero industry. Daredevil and Jessica Jones were incredibly Gothic, but the stories worked and fit and added a whole new perspective to the lives of superheroes. With darker and more gruesome villains and the heroes facing real-life problems, they've truly redefined what superheroes can be. This genre was also very apparent and increasingly common in movies. Watchmen, The Dark Knight, Unbreakable, Blade, The Crow, and the list goes on. The best superhero movies according to multiple pop culture sites is the Gothic superhero film, The Dark Knight. This was a brilliant film. It was loved by everyone. Even those who didn't even like superheroes could sit back and enjoy this dark, gruesome masterpiece.
You wanna know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit.
It could be considered the reason for the rise of popularity for superheroes today. It broke the mold and strengthened our love for the genre. This genre had such a strong effect on superheroes, whether it be through saving the comic book industry on multiple occasions or just making our beloved heroes so much better and more enjoyable. The Gothic superhero genre is spectacular. It has revolutionized the TV, film, and comic book industries, and we are all better for it.